what is your spiritual relationship with music? Because you said it does influence your worldview. You said it's been a lifestyle and not really like a
Hmm.
compartment of your life.
I mean, music is a language through which I um, feel spirituality, I think. I think it's been my mode of connection to um, a higher power, the universe around me. Is like, as far back as I can remember, I feel like there's been these points of deep resonance while I'll be singing or practicing or something. And when I was younger, I couldn't really make sense of them, but they just felt like I was vibrating deeply with something that was far greater than me, and as I've gotten older, I've been able to kind of define that as just simply, those are the moments where I think I at least subconsciously forget about the idea of self, and I truly feel like I'm existing as a part of whatever is greater than just me. And they've been humbling experiences every time since as far back as I can remember. And also to add, Carnatic music, like the text of Carnatic music is religious-based text. What I picked up on very early on is that these compositions are asking questions a lot of the times, and I think so much of the spiritual path or building a relationship with spirituality is about asking questions, asking the questions of why we're here, what does moksha or that concept mean, and how does it manifest, and that set me on the path, though, those conversations I'd have with her, or more like her kind of explaining these songs to me at a young age. I think that set me on the path to understand what I wanted to speak about with my own music when I started writing my own lyrics and all that. It became a process, like a cathartic process, when working on my own music was that, performing, singing was all a release. And then beyond that, it also felt like, when I was writing out my own lyrics and all that, it gave me the opportunity to put these questions into musical form and just try to exist in the same ethos as these great composers who had influenced me so greatly from a young age. I mean, one could argue that everything is spiritual in terms of existence, you know what I mean? And like, if that's the basis from which we're speaking, then, like I kind of try to always keep that the center of everything I'm doing artistically. I guess what, in a general way of just describing it, and then I can kind of specifically point out things that I do. I try to look at music as like a form of meditation. So like I practice every morning. I start my mornings off with like about 30 to 45 minutes of voice exercises. And a large part of that is me just sustaining the low sa, and just like over and over while focusing on my breathing. And it just that does two things at once. One, it physically gets my voice in shape, but then beyond that, it also really, really helps me clear my mind, such that when I do sit down to either create or practice or whatever, I can just kind of like clear everything and just become a vessel, So that's like a thing I kind of tell myself, either while I'm performing or when I'm making music, is, and sometimes it happens automatically where I can just mentally kind of check out and I feel like I'm channeling something. And those are the points when I think the greatest music comes out of me, is when I feel like I'm not even really there and it's just literally just channeling. And then sometimes I have to remind myself, like, clear the head so that you can really kind of open it up for something to come through you.